Hello everyone and welcome to a different sort of video, and we shall be talking about Jump Ship, formerly known as Hyperdrive. So this game cropped up on my TikTok, as it has on many people's TikToks over the past few months or so, and this is basically an upgraded version of Void Crew or Lethal Company. But if you haven't played any of those, it's basically 4 players are in a ship fighting automatons and recovering loot. You can customize your ships, spaces, and generally just have a good mess around with your friends. Now, the game is currently in its closed beta phase, but you can go and sign up for this closed beta on the link below, and you also get their newsletter as well, so you know what's not to love. So, sales pitch over, advertisement is over. Not sponsored, by the way, unless Keepsake, if you're listening. But basically, where I joined the story is I found their Discord, and I found a handy dandy little suggestions channel, which you can see I'm scrolling through now. It's called Feature Suggestions. Now obviously there were absolutely loads of these, but the developers were actually answering them. So here's the thing, I thought we should go through and we should filter these, because you know me by now, I'm a data scientist. So I scrolled through, realised that the same questions had been asked and answered, so I cracked out some programs and I got to work. So I data scraped the entire of the whole suggestion channel, then I ran it through a Python script to filter everything into a better format and spat it into an Excel spreadsheet. We love our spreadsheets here. So this came to about 4,000 messages. So I went through removing everything that wasn't a valid suggestion, you know, just people talking about suggestions and so on. And then that left us with about 500. So it's at this point where Fortain joins the story. So Fortain was a fellow member of the Discord who offered to come and help me out on this. And he would be in the video, but unfortunately his mic is just not very good quality. So that is very unfortunate, but I hope to play Jump Ship with him in the future, because that would be amazing. Anyway, Fortain offered to collaborate and basically finished off a spreadsheet, made it look pretty, added in colour codes, because as everyone here knows on this channel, I'm not good at making things pretty. I can make it work, I can't make it pretty. So Fortain happily took that job, and that basically came to about 427 suggestions. Whoa, not so many. Now this had the unintended side effect of starting the developer live streams, because they'd seen we were doing this and were just like, so they started dev streams going through the spreadsheet and talked about a lot of the suggestions. It is that spreadsheet that we are going to cover now. Now obviously the spreadsheet will be linked below, so if you want to go through it yourselves, you are all more than welcome to do that. But anyway, I am going to read through it here. So the game is on the closed beta and scheduled for release in 2025. 4-player co-op missions without any PvP, although the game developers are very aware that as soon as the game releases, people are going to mod it to have more than 4. Will be on PC and Xbox, won't be free to play, but not cost the same as AAA. So I'm thinking probably it's going to be like a kind of indie title level price. But yes, so you pick your mission and make your path with several jumps to reach the main objective. We'll come on to this later, don't you worry. So you travel on a spaceship, explore facilities, shoot robots with weapons, board the ship. Yes, there is boarding. And there is a crafting system and recycling, as well as unlimited jetpack, oxygen, and grappling hook, as well as magnetic boots. So very space engineers with that, which we love. So there's no dedicated classes or anything. Everyone does everyone else's jobs. So you have progress in a galactic map, but all kind of achievements and rewards the group has individually will be shared. And each run permanently unlocks the components and equipment that can be used, and so on. The lore and environment-wise, there's just humans and robots, and you have to reach the centre of the galaxy where the robots come from. But yeah, we'll have several sizes of ship, customizable ships, and they can be upgraded. Now, firstly, we're going to go on to the actual galactic map. So, here we are. So this is what the mission map looks like. So you start here and you go all through these missions until the mission ends. You have different kind of things in here. You see you have like a shimmering waste where you have to get a large repair cache. So that'll be a ground mission. There's a shipwreck. To be fair, that could either be a ground or a space mission where you get consumables. As well as the final one, you get like a large cache, so that will probably have a good ship upgrade part or something. This is shown on a control panel kind of on your ship. But now we're going to go and cover some more of the unique stuff. So for the crafting, you can craft various things like weapons and SMGs and rocket launchers and so on, as well as components for other things, and you can also disassemble and scrap certain elements as well. Now obviously we do have sensors and all that lovely stuff just for finding stuff, very simple, very nice. But here's the main thing that I kind of want to cover that which is very unique. All the upgrades you install take power, and these all plug in to this power grid, which looks rather like Tetris here. So you have to plug all these upgrades in to best utilize your power options. So this is kind of what you start with, but you can upgrade these slots, so these slots will highlight and become green, and then you can use them. So this is all about balancing your power supply. So when you say redirect power to the shields, you can actually have a crew member go and actually do that. Frequently asked stuff, as we've covered earlier, no different classes, but you will get full customization. As well as that, you've got basic stuff of basic first person stuff. No procedural generation, everything is handcrafted. And there is different terrains, and there's boss battles, sort of. No to space pets, unfortunately, which is a shame. I'd have loved a little space dog. But yeah. Hopefully one day there will be organic enemies, but big factions, so it's literally just robots. So a lot of here is just the game progression and kind of how we've gone, and a lot of what we've gone over earlier. So we've said about the components. They have said as well, they've tested trying to make it fully zero gravity, and it's just not quite worked, so they're leaving that. You do have unlimited jetpack though for flying around the planets. You will not be able to enter and exit the atmosphere though. You kind of you jump into locations and the ship lands. Difficulty is scales and that sort of thing. They have done very basic lose conditions. As well as that, we can also have friends join an ongoing session, but they don't spawn until you make a jump. So I like that. With Lethal Company, you couldn't join in between missions. Jump Ship have actually had a way around that. But if the host gets killed, everyone's crashed or disconnected, everyone's kicked out of the mission. Now, one of the big questions as well, is there friendly fire? There isn't friendly fire for guns, but explosions, yes. So you can use the ship cannons, grenades, and RPGs to do friendly fire, but not else. And there are melee attacks. So again, we've done some more of the frequently asked questions here, like game achievements, no battle pass. The pricing we've already talked about. Content patches were free with paying cosmetic packs, so kind of similar to Space Engineers and Deep Rock Galactic. There's also no loading screens, apparently. Only loading screen is when you're making a jump and it's a cool cinematic. No oxygen we've talked about, and yes, there is a full ping system, and will be some elements of keybind customizations. Now, here's the interesting thing as well. Do ships decide the size of the crew? There are smaller and larger ships, but no technical limit that prevents you from playing a full crew in a small ship. So that kind of tells me that yes, you could absolutely play in a small ship. You just, it may be a bit cramped. But yes, you will be able to customize them. And there will be interesting ship emergencies. So, radiations. And then we have components of the ship going wrong and that sort of thing. Anyway, the ship lands itself, which is good for me because landings I do find difficult in Space Engineers at times. Engine management we've talked about, and crashing your ship into other ships. So ramming speed. I know some viewers will be absolutely loving to do that. There is boarding, and also enemies can board your ship as well. Also, I love the dev sense of humour here. Does this game have in-car/ship music? Yes, I hate the feature, but it's there. There is already a functional jukebox. Now, I'm not fully sure how this jukebox will work. Hopefully, though, I will be able to go through a mission while blasting Chapel Roan. Anyway, you will be able to name your ship, but interesting as well. The windows are broken and can get sucked out. No, they can't, but you can break the windows, and you can put blast shields over the windows. Anyway, the rest of this is basically just some of the more technical stuff, like Basically, will there be split screen? Will there be dedicated servers? No and no. There will be no ad cheat, and they've actually said, yeah, we don't care about the players cheating, so you can cheat as much as you like. And yeah, they're basically just focusing on getting most of it stable as now. And there's no word on system requirements, but as you've shown here, they're running it on 3060, then it runs okay. Steam Deck, it runs at 30 FPS, and runs okay on a Steam Deck, so it may come onto a Steam Deck, who knows. But yeah, and there will be full controller support. Anyway, on some of the more detailed stuff about the gameplay, as well as weapons and components. For the main components of the ship, you have the power grid, you have to manage the energy, which we've shown. Sensor display, we've shown that as well. Combat, and to fire off weapons and stuff, and then the construction, the disassembler. So, standard weapons, you'll have a standard kit, so marksman rifle, shotgun, SMG, assault rifle, pistol, and rocket launcher, as well as railguns. On the player, there is plenty of weapons as well, such as turrets and railguns and missile launchers, and a large variety, so we will get a lot of weapon customization. So the pilot as well can also control the turrets if no one is running combat, which is very handy to have. But yeah, you can grapple around, but you also can't use this grapple as a tether, unfortunately. Also, an interesting question I was asked, having interior turrets, like on Space Engineers, where you put ships on your interior to deter any potential boarders, or just enemies. No, unfortunately. Because there are enemy borders, the devs do want you to, get out and fight. So, yes. There is also consumable ordnance, like grenades and bubble shields. Not quite sure what form the shields will take, but that could be interesting. I'd love to be like a Mandalorian with the shield on the wrist. And there are other deployables as well, just nothing that shoots, so no turrets or anything, unfortunately. And possibly some ground vehicles, possibly. Basically, the devs said, yes, but we can't find a way to make it work in the game yet, so not yet. Anyway, I won't question all 427 of the suggestions, because we'll literally be here for hours. Now, we'll quickly cover the beta testing. So at first they did a tiny wave of about 100 keys released for the first sort of wave of testers, and that happened back in December. Now, they did another wave of codes released on the 28th of January, and basically were sending out roughly 500 codes over the course of the week. Now, unfortunately, the way it seems in the community Discord is that not a lot of these codes were actually used, and only gained about... So it looks like they mainly gained roughly around 50 to maybe 100 new testers, and that's really about it, which is not what you want when you release 500 codes. So they've probably been lost in people's email spam filters and that sort of thing. Now, there was a dev stream on February the 7th, and the spreadsheet should have been updated to reflect that with any additional points. As of time of recording, I'm actually recording this before, so I'll just probably put some update on this video after. Okay, so this is just a quick add-on and follow-up regarding the little dev stream there. So, new thing, which I did cover in the first section, only I later cut it out because it didn't quite make sense, but now I can actually talk about it. And that is the galactic map. So, in addition to the mission map that we had earlier, we have a full galactic map. So it's kind of similar to Helldivers in a sense, but you have to get through to the rest of the galaxy, and there are various sectors around. So I don't know whether you complete one sector, get to the center, and then something resets and you go and do a different sector, or how that works. We've no idea how it currently works. It's literally just get to the center by doing the missions, and here is the full map of it. So it looks like we've got quite a lot of content to go through. The other bit of news that we got is we got a confirmed date for potentially more testers, as well as more footage of the game, and that is the 24th of February. So put that in your journals, on your calendars, or just do what I do and set an alarm for February the 24th. Now, this is because there is an event hosted by IGN where a bunch of games are going to be showcased, one of which is Jumpship. But anyway, that is about all that we have time for this video. I'm probably going to do a follow-up video where we go through all the game footage that we have currently released. Just pluck from the live streams, going through, seeing what we can zoom in, find in the background and point out. So that analysis video should be coming soon, hopefully. Yeah, totally. It's totally coming, guys, I swear. Anyway, thank you all for watching, everyone, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!